Hello everyone from OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter and welcome back to the Apter Chat. It is December 7th, 2014. Going right now from Apter's Alley here in Philadelphia, or the Burbs in Philly, all the way to the Burbs in Knoxville, Tennessee. One of my dearest friends, one of my favorite people in the whole universe, and I don't mean just the WWE universe. I mean the universe. Dr. Tom Prichard, welcome to the Apter Chat.
Well, Bill, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and be on the Apter Chat. I just wish it was under better circumstances.
Yeah, the reason that we're doing this today is very unfortunate. I was in New York City all day today just doing some holiday stuff, and when I got home I got a ton of texts and calls that your former Heavenly Bodies partner, Jimmy Del Rey, who also worked as Jimmy Backlund and many other names, has died. This young man has died in an accident, and again with so many times and over with so many young guys dying, what a sad situation here. And I know he was one of your dearest friends and you worked with him forever. Tell us about the circumstances when you first met Jimmy Del Rey.
Well, I met Jimmy Del Rey when he came through the Alabama-Pensacola Continental Wrestling area first. He was coming through and he wrestled a few matches for the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship back then, and he stayed a couple of weeks, but I met him then. And then, of course, later on...
Tom, what time period are we talking about, possibly? What time frame?
Had it been 86, 1987, around there.
Okay.
But our paths again crossed many years later when Stan Lane decided to go into semi-retirement, I guess, and leave Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And Kevin Sullivan was the man who recommended Jimmy Del Rey to take his place.
Kevin was the booker at the time.
No, Kevin was just in the territory. Jim Cornette was the booker.
Right. Yes.
But we were looking for someone, and got to tell you, at that time there was not a lot of talent to choose from. But okay. Kevin knew Jimmy and had worked with Jimmy in various places, so Kevin was the guy who went to us and said, hey, this guy can work. He'd be perfect. And Jimmy walked in the first night in Johnson City, Tennessee, was missing his front tooth, smoking a cigarette, had a pot belly, red hair, freckles, and we all kind of looked and said, wait a minute, this is the guy we're replacing Stan. Stan Lane is his replacement for Stan Lane, and everybody.
It was like a direct opposite to the look of Stan Lane, of course.
Exactly, and even Jimmy or even Ricky Morton came to me and said, I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe Jimmy wants to do it with this guy. But after the first match we had, everybody's expectations and everybody's doubts were out the window, because this guy went in the ring and he worked his ass off and he proved that he was worthy of the spot. In fact, he was more than worthy of the spot. He didn't miss a beat. He could do things. No disrespect to Stan, because Stan was a great partner too and was very talented, but Jimmy was fearless, and Jimmy would do things in the ring that hadn't been seen before.
Like what? Like what?
Like the moonsault, the going to the top rope. But I mean, they hadn't been seen in the ring before with us, not with the Heavenly Bodies. Yeah. He did the moonsault off the top rope with the guy standing up. He would do things that Stan wouldn't want to do. He was the gigolo and the least likely guy to be a gigolo, and that fit almost, because Jimmy understood what he looked like and he knew how to use it, and he used it that. Every bit of it to his advantage. So as we started working together, we found out that he was more than adequate in the ring.
Yeah.
So and when as we got to teaming and going different places and working with Rock and Roll More and other guys around Smoky Mountain too, the Fantastics and
Okay, again, we were having some technical difficulties with our Skype hookup, but Dr. Tom Prichard is here on my speakerphone, and so we were talking about when you went to the WWE, and you guys were basically, a really good tool for putting over a lot of other teams.
Well, that's a nice way of saying things. Yeah, and it was a way to put us in there with maybe the younger teams like the Smoking Guns, and know that we could have a great match with them and anybody else. And a lot of that was because of Jimmy Del Rey and his dancing and being the gigolo that he was or wasn't every time he stepped in the ring. So, you know, we gelled, I feel, every time we got in the ring, no matter who it was. And yeah, outside the ring, we might have been two different people, but we always got along inside the ring. We always worked together as a team, and that was a key component of what made us what we were.
Okay, tell us about your favorite times with Jimmy Del Rey outside the ring. You were talking about, what type of personality do you remember Jimmy being?
Well, that's just the thing. We were two different personalities. Jimmy was a little more loud and boisterous and outgoing, and I didn't like drawing that much attention to ourselves when we walked in somewhere, because that wasn't always a good thing in my point of view. And we decided that we'll do business in the ring, but when we got out, yeah, I mean, we still socialized on occasion, but then it came to the point where we both felt it was better for both of us outside the ring to just do our own thing. So that's pretty much what happened.
That's pretty much.
We went years without really talking to each other until just last August in Charlotte.
Right.
And we actually had lunch and talked, and I think I don't want to make amends. I guess I could say make amends, because I wasn't, and I'm still not, always the easiest person to know or get along with.
Okay.
So I can put a lot of that blame and a lot of the issues on me, because I had my own way of looking at things and doing things, and so did Jimmy. So we got along pretty much, but we did business for the most part, and he went his way and I went mine when the match was done.
If you could write a book about the legacy of Jimmy Del Rey in wrestling, what would you title it?
Wow, a real life gigolo.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Dr. Tom Prichard, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts here on the Apter Chat about Jimmy Del Rey, and we'd love to have you back on a happier occasion, of course.
Well, listen, I want to apologize for all the technical difficulties down here in Knoxville, Tennessee, but I would love to come on and do a chat where we can still look face to face.
We will do that. We will do that. So, we always sign off with, we'll see you at the matches, so I need you to say that.
I'd be happy to.
Go for it. Go for it.
We'll see you at the matches.
That's pretty dang good.